Kufuado and I didn't send be aquatudra na nasma walking in say ya no kita hudia any uncle Fred there be memo any Europe mine woman in antemo and as a Europe in entemono I was a mining penny in Fortuna na woman in any agent such a kakra then watching so shena and chisha be a wohon mo beboa ama near maybe a yenny and my bonny and such a be a cosu we are say enya husu so I was a mammy no a be my any Europe mine yentimin swano and a bit me aboa pa no se kwa true do ye bit me aboa masa continent me ni Africa and as a bibi my any Europe mine nyina enya ho fa so bie ene se nyina be ka bom na ye nhihye papa e de aboa ba ne sa de a ene be boa ye nyina ensemi o mampani his excellency na nado danko Kufuado e de kotu dwa e wo Belgium o mine wo ma hinkro Brussels e bra wo kokko gina mu afimpinu ni aduonu mienu mu European Union Development Days Conference ya wo mu di ya wo to nsade frɛ no ase ene wo kogina simpie so de sansemi atodwa na o mampani asema wo kan ye nyina no wo kyerema kyerɛ sɛ wi ase nyina ye sha okon ane yi COVID-19 de afiri mesan sɛ COVID-19 ba bi ofiri ba ye de ho adwo pa wa ha wi ase nyina ma ɛho sunsu aso ne kɛse pa no ebibremu ha ɛna aka ye pa the atosumienu ye Russia and Ukraine tokwa ekoso ne no so sada efi se wiase mu titiro ne Europe man no so beje atom se enya nsunsu aso bone enya bibiman ko aso na emo Europe man no so nyina so ka ho bia wo manya won chefa enema nkoye enkoye kura ye nyina ye pa ye ho a ye nhunu ya asenem na wosese de be ya ebetimi ahwe na ho nsunsu aso bone no enya wa ma ahodo eso ne ebetimi asi ano no omampani si osusu se wo se Europe ene abiman nyina kabom na yetimi hwe kwa pa ye betimi afa so eni wo se obi agina ne kontan kro se ba ne sa no e be yedene se obi abetimi asi ano gise ye nyina ye kabom ye nkotie Ghana mampani his excellency na adodanko Kufuado.
In this regard, the recent pledge from the G7 countries to exact a new global minimum tax rate of 15% on multinationals, regardless of where they are based, is a step in the right direction, even if the rate is low. The combined effects of debt situation, rising interest rates, and rising cost of living are resulting in severe macroeconomic and financial instability. What is clear is that the ensuing damage cannot be cured so easily with the limited fiscal tools at our disposal and national policy adjustments. Excellencies, the long-standing relationship between Africa and Europe, founded on ties of blood, culture, geography, and history, should serve as a platform for enhanced cooperation between us. Indeed, no one needs to tell us that the issues of peace, progress, and prosperity in Africa and Europe are deeply intertwined, which presuppose that ensuring the development of Africa should be in our common interest. Now more than ever, strong partnership between Europe and Africa, reinforced political dialogue, and expanded cooperation in the fields of economic growth and international security are required.
This is Ghana's own Angel 102.9. 102.9.
I was for Ghana Mampani his excellency na nado danko Kufuado amananso ho asanse wo kan se Europe ni abibi memu no sa ntokwa no ekoso ne COVID-19 ba ye na ma ye nyina ye ho akere ye no Europe fo ne de wo mu so sa na mo na brofna so manima ye yi kakra se Africa da ndie ne ekoso no se hwe mu de mu nimti hia ye bubro nya asam ketwa wase Russia ntokwa na masese wuduru abibi mabia mu a wo hia e ho na ada ya da pa dia mu obi ahu sese ye ni hwe ye ni ye ho hwe abrofo ni ho aye ni wo enti computer de nkrofo nya asam ketwa wo hia de kro nkrofo nya asam ketwa kra o mampani sese wo hwetwero to ho ene enkuntabu a empanifo de do no abu e wa bibi mamu ha ebibre mu ha nipa beye opepem ahenan ne aduasa 430 million enipa wo muti abibi mamu ha ena wo hia dokoro wo msa nam sa ntokwa no nti Ukraine ne Russia entokwa no we say sa wo hwe ne ma ekoso a ebibre mu amman nyina enye ankrankra ti amama ne mu no kra amama na nkasa kra no wo musikasem agikofam agikofam se agikọ eya agebo ne ma esei na wode ho subuo ni nyina ebebo COVID-19 ene Russia ene Ukraine wo mo entokwa no.
Global efforts to help countries correct the devastation caused by the pandemic and also achieve the UN 2030 Sustainable Development Goals are coming up short. Finance and investment needs of developing countries have increased as COVID-19 has not only reversed years of progress, but has also revealed critical gaps in infrastructure in areas such as healthcare and digital connectivity. Sadly, the prospects for us in the developing world making up lost ground through inclusive and sustainable recovery efforts have been further severely undermined in recent months by the consequences of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, which are having a negative impact on commodity and fuel prices, stoking a food crisis, and provoking financial market volatility. Though the bombs might be dropping on cities half a world away, they're hitting our pockets not only in Ghana and in Africa, but also in much of the developing world. Indeed, a recent United Nations report estimates that 70% of Africa's economies are at severe risk from the Russian war in Ukraine. The World Bank tells us that subsequent to the conflict, the number of poor people in sub-Saharan Africa would rise from 413 million to 463 million this year, an increase of 15 million persons. In the midst of this, 18 African economies have experienced credit downgrades, even when all economies are suffering adverse fallout from last year's pandemic. And we in Africa are also facing the risk of the so-called taper tantrums as investors exit our markets, thereby exacerbating the increasing cost of borrowing.
I was for way a Ghana Mampany, His Excellency Nana Danko Akufo-Addo na wakasa ewo Brussels, Belgium, mine womo ahemkro, ewo European Union Development Days Conference. Ya womo ye na wotunsa e de frɛ no ase.